Thank you so much, you guys. That is a song that is pretty special to me. And this next one is a tune that I maybe got a little bit of inspiration from like a Nora Jones sound. I do like the Rhodes a lot, which I know Nora Jones doesn't necessarily play Rhodes, but sounds like her to me. Thank you so much, you guys. And this next one is actually a tune that I wrote during COVID, and I was maybe a little bit frustrated with people's lack of being able to connect anymore. Thank you very, very much. This tune is a bit of a bluesy one that I wrote when I was feeling a little bit, I guess maniacal is the right word, which kind of happens postpartum sometimes. And my lovely husband and beautiful baby are over there. And that's Quinn, that's little Elsie. Thankfully, I have this to get some feelings out. But I also wrote it intending it to sound Thank you very, very much. And I had a special request to bring my accordion because Melissa loves the accordion. And oddly enough, a while ago, I wouldn't have had an original to play on it, but I wrote a tune on the piano, and a couple months ago I realized it sounds way better on the accordion. And it's a tune I wrote in 5/4 timing instead of like 4/4 or 3/4, just honestly for the challenge, and because I thought it sounded cool. And I had listened to a Tool song, and I was like, yeah, I should try 5/4 timing. So if you find it hard to find the real rhythm, it's not you, it's weird. And I might honestly not be able to find it either. Thank you. Accordion's a bit of an odd instrument, I guess, and people in my family, a couple of my aunts played it, and so I knew how to play like one song and found one at a pawn shop, so decided a couple years ago to pick it up, and it's pretty fun, I gotta admit. And it's basically a piano with invisible buttons that you can't see, so that's fun. Thank you so much. We'll pick up the mood a little bit after that one. This is one of my favorite songs that I've written, and Quinn actually used to play with me on it back before we had the little LC, and it was a little bit easier to play together. I think it's a lot about my love for traveling and moving and feeling a lot of changes in our life very quickly. Thank you. That one has been in the process of being recorded for about a year now, and I keep being unhappy with the result. So someday, it'll get put out there. And I believe this is going to be my last song, unless I end up playing a classical tune, but we'll see. We're gonna call this my last song. And it's the latest one that I've written, and it actually got started by my husband taking us a different way home. And normally I'm all about that, and I was kind of upset about it because of little Elsie, and I was like, this is gonna take longer, and there's deer and blah 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 blah. And then I got really sad on the way because I realized I used to love this stuff. I used to love taking the long way home and like going out around instead of going the straight route, and just taking our time doing things and enjoying them. So that's kind of what birthed this song a little bit. Thank you so much, you guys. That is technically my last song, and one classical? I was kind of hoping they would ask. All right. Oh, this is not a singing one.
Hey, Kelly, thanks for joining me.
Well, thank you very much for having me for this. This is very exciting.
Yeah, so Kelly is a full-time musician here in the Flathead. She plays keyboard and accordion, and since she sings. I thought a good place to start would be if you could tell me how you got into playing music.
Absolutely. It was in my family. My grandparents were Amish, my parents are Mennonite, and Amish people aren't supposed to play music, but my grandfather picked up the guitar and played anyway when he was young, and I think he probably taught my grandma, and then they taught their kids. I've got obviously my mom, my aunts, my uncle, and they all play guitar. So through that, I guess music would run on my mom's side, and then I had piano lessons when I was a kid, got classical training from a phenomenal lady named Penny McKee, and it just clicked for me. Like, my mom didn't have to hound me to continually practice and whatever I wanted to. So I took lessons, and then as I kind of became a teenager, I switched a little bit more to playing by ear, and I would write songs a bit, but they were always just depressing little songs, so I just kind of stopped because I felt stupid. And then I eventually, obviously, when I landed out here, I kind of got into the music scene. So that was my beginning as a musician.
Yeah, that's neat. So throughout that journey, what point were you like, oh, this is something I could do as kind of like a job?
That was probably more so when I moved to Montana. And I think it started by me seeing how many weddings there were. I kind of landed into the wedding industry and started playing through that. And I'm like, oh, there's actually money to be made through here. Like, it doesn't just need to be for me. Where I was from in Ohio, Amish country, there isn't a music scene because there's not that many people that play, and there aren't really bars and venues and stuff like that. So it never had even entered my mind when I was growing up that would be something that I would do.
Yeah. So with music running in your family like that, since you've started doing this, what is the reaction from your family?
It's been mixed reactions. With the way I grew up, it's definitely very Christian-based and probably a little bit more like hymns-based. And so the fact that I don't play Christian music has been a bit of a sore in that aspect, and I know my family is proud of the fact that I play music. They would just wish that it was in a different avenue. So it's been kind of maybe sometimes a sore topic, between me and my family.
Tell me how you got into playing the accordion.
That is actually something that my mom and two of my aunts played. I have absolutely no idea how they got into it, and that's something that I need to explore. And I only heard my mom play the accordion probably 3 times, and I was very young, and I just remember it weighing 575 pounds, and that's probably why she didn't play it more, because it's just this massive beast. And a couple times, I messed around with it a little bit, but it was always way too big for me anyway. And when I moved out here, I remember I talked a little bit about an accordion, and one of my friends was at a pawn shop, and she's like, hey, there's an accordion here. You should come get it. Whatever. I'll go check it out. So I went and checked it out, and I could play one little tune, and I played it, and the guy just gave it to me for half off because he's like, you can play a song. You can have it. So I was like, okay, why not? So I bought it, and it was pretty easy to learn just because I can play piano, and it's got the little keys. The button side is obviously a bit of a learning curve, but it just kind of fell into place, and I love it.
What kind of stuff do you play on the accordion? Because, there's not very many original pieces for the accordion.
No.
I guess yeah.
No, there aren't. I play some Irish tunes. So growing up, the one thing I could kind of get away with listening to that wasn't Christian was Irish music. So I have a pretty real appreciation for that. And back then it was pretty chill Irish music. And nowadays I love Flogging Molly, Dropkick Murphys, that type of stuff. And so I just play some tunes from them, and then sometimes I play like a little bit old school country on it, or an original, or just anything random like that kind of has like an accordion beat, like a da 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 da. It just works like a waltz beat, I guess. And I like just throwing random songs onto the accordion and seeing how it sounds.
Is there like a genre? I mean, clearly you do a lot of singer-songwriting stuff, but is there like a genre where you feel like your heart is really like called out to?
Definitely. I think that would be folk music. I like the style of writing. I like storytelling writing, which I think shows kind of in my originals a little bit. And it's just kind of a comforting type of music for me to listen to and to sink into. And whether it's like on in the background and just like helping me do what I'm doing, or whether I'm intentionally listening to it, it's good for both of those. And so I think, and interestingly enough, you know, folk, Irish is also kind of folk, and I think it all just kind of melds together in why I like that style of music so much.
Yeah. And so when it comes to songwriting, speaking of songwriting, what kind of things in your life inspire you to write songs?
As you had mentioned earlier, I think a lot of it is family, and I think some of that comes from my growing up years. That area maybe doesn't express emotions very well, so you hold a lot inside. And so even when I was a little kid, writing something down would kind of be my way to put out my feelings, my emotions, even if it was just for me, like even if only I ever heard that song. And so I think even living here now, I have not always been very well at expressing myself, expressing my feelings, my thoughts, my emotions, anything going on in there. I just kind of liked to hold it all inside. Then it would build up, and then I'm like, I have to put this somewhere. And so I'd write a song. And so I think a lot of my earlier songs are just like, you can feel a little bit of that energy. They're kind of sad. They're kind of dark. They're a little bit like, just not oppressed. That's not the right word, but
Angsty?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of that in them. And thankfully, over the years, I have learned to let go of that way of living and express myself a lot more freely. And so I think that also shows in my songs. But that is definitely what started the way I wrote things and why I wrote things. And now I have a lot to write about. I have a lot of love, and I have family, and I love my family. Nothing I say I mean to put them down. I love them. And I have that song about, it's my great-grandmother, and she was an incredible woman and had extremely hard years. And she was just inspiring to me. I didn't see her a ton, but I saw her enough that she was a bit of a role model, and I just felt the need to write a song about her. And kind of in that folk vein of like a story, her life was just a story that I wanted to put into a song. So those are probably two biggest factors for my songwriting.
Yeah. The song we're talking about is called Marianne. It's on Spotify. Tell me a little bit about you said it was your great-grandmother. Mm-hmm. Tell me about her life and what inspired you.
She was an Amish lady who got married, obviously very young, probably 17 years old. And she grew up in the church, and her husband decided that he does not want to be Amish anymore. And she was stuck in her ways, still wanted to be Amish, so he left her, and they had, I believe it was 4 children. And so she raised these 4 children, 4 girls, all by herself on a farm. So she's milking cows, she's taking care of fields, she's raising babies, homeschooling potentially, or Amish school, I'm not sure, all by herself. And it was just a lot of hard work and a lot of pain that she had to go through, because she saw him, every now and then as he'd come back to see his girls and whatnot. And just that decision for her had to, I feel like it would have killed me. And she just handled it gracefully and was an extremely strong woman doing that. And because of that, she was kind of ridiculed in the Amish community because they don't get divorced. And here she is divorced, so she's looked down upon. Her daughters were treated pretty badly in school because the other kids would make fun of them that they don't have a dad around. And it's different when it's not a death. A death is something that they can respect, but a divorce, like I said, is just a no in the Amish community. And so for those girls to have a dad that left them brought them quite a bit of grief from peers.
Yeah. Wow, what an amazing lady. I mean, I can tell just by the way you talk about her, though, that the gratitude that your family has for her really got passed down.
Very much, yeah.
So what's your experience playing here as a full-time musician here in the Valley?
I honestly feel really, really lucky, considering, I mean, to me, it doesn't feel like a small town because I grew up in a very small town, but to most of America, you know, Kalispell, Whitefish, Big Fork, they're very small towns. So considering that, there is so much live music to be had, and I know myself and quite a number of other musicians play music full-time, and that's, considering we're not Nashville, I think is a pretty impressive feat. And there's so many venues that are open to live music, new venues, old venues that haven't had it before, whatever. It's just, people are very open to it and appreciative, and you know, the fellow musicians locally are amazing. From what I've seen, there's a good support system. They're good at this, oh, I can't play this. Do you want this gig? Like, we work together. And I think that's beautiful. And, you know, you don't harbor information. You share, because I think all of us musicians that realize how good we have it, we want to help each other. And we want to share this benefit, this blessing of living here and being able to do what we love, which is pretty rare. I think a lot of places you live that are bigger than this don't nearly have this music scene. And so I think it's beautiful that most of the musicians in the Valley just share this with each other and have good attitudes and good sportsmanship.
So we tend to see a lot of men build on acts around here. I know there's other women musicians playing in the Valley, but tell me about your experience as a woman playing music.
It has mostly been amazing, and I think I've actually found a lot of appreciation in a number of venues that I am a female musician, or the other female musicians that roll in. They're very appreciative of them because, like you said, there aren't as many as there are male musicians. Mm-hmm. And that's probably a whole rabbit hole of why, and I'm not going to go in there. And there's definitely been a couple venues that I and other women have to avoid just because of that, and that part of it is very unfortunate, and it's frustrating when I can't play a venue because of inappropriate behavior. And so that side of it, I don't know, does that sometimes keep women from being in this industry or not? I can't say for sure, but I feel very lucky to be in it. And I wish there were more women. I wish there were more women with babies doing it, because they are inspiring and it is really hard.
Yeah, because you just had a little one yourself, right?
I did 6 months ago, and I think I started playing again maybe 2 to 3 months after she was born.
Yeah.
And it's a juggle.
How does that change things?
I can't just up and leave whenever I want to. I can't be gone as long, and babysitter, her dad, you know, all of that stuff, it just kind of adds complications. I used to, you know, love late gigs. I loved like the 11 to 1s or whatever, and now it's just, I avoid those if at all possible. It just adds definitely a complicated layer, and sometimes she comes to the gigs, sometimes her dad is kind enough and brings her to the gigs, and that's amazing, but sometimes she can be distracting, or she screams, and it's like, it's your baby, and you're like, oh no, but I'm up here trying to be professional, and it's just a different game.
Do you think that she likes live music? Can you tell?
She definitely does. Back in her newborn days, I think she was so used to hearing me play from like 6 to 9 every evening, and she'd scream around those hours, and we're just like, what do we do with her? And we figured out playing music, preferably loudly, gets her to calm down. And I think, like, especially during those hours. And I think she's just so used to it. And now, you know, I hold her sitting at the piano. She'll thunk around on a couple notes. She watches her dad play guitar, just watches his fingers. She is mesmerized.
You guys are raising another musician.
Yeah, I think so.
Are you working on anything currently? Any big projects coming up?
Yes and no. I wish I could answer that question with like, yes, I have this massive show coming up or an album, and albums are very expensive. I want to put out an album. I have the songs to do it, but not quite the means at the moment. So it's a bit of an odd answer to that question. Very recently, a little bit of backstory, I guess. We found out that our landlord sold the house that we're living in. And with rent and interest the way it is these days, we ended up deciding to buy an RV, and we're going to hit the road, and we're going to do a little tour. Cool. So, you know, we might follow the ocean for a bit. We might duck into some towns that we know are good music towns. So that's kind of our plan, probably starting maybe November, and just do a bit of exploring, do a lot of music playing, do a lot of writing, a lot of experience. We decided no time like the present to do something like this.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so fun.
Yeah. I am nervous. Nervous to live on the road, but I'm excited.
Yeah, that's going to be super fun. Are you playing anywhere in the Valley before you guys take off on that trip?
Definitely. I'm playing a lot of venues in the Valley. One of the latest things I'm playing in is the Second Story Band, which is we're going to be a lot of different things, but currently we are a 1940s jazz cover band of like pop covers. So that's been really fun, and that's in Whitefish, what used to be the old Casey's, and now I believe the downstairs is called Urban Omni, and then the second floor might just be called the Second Story. I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
So we're doing that. We were doing it every Thursday and Friday, and then I think in September it goes down to just Fridays. But then other than that, I mean, yeah, a lot of the breweries, wineries, lodges, anything like that. It's keeping me pretty busy.
Cool. Do you have a Facebook page or an Instagram?
I do. It is Kelly Diane Music, Facebook and Instagram. And I don't post as much these days because of a little baby. But I try to keep people updated on shows. And if I am putting new music out, anything like that, we'll go on there.
Gotcha. All right. Well, you can check out Kelly's social media pages to see where she's playing out next, and you can find her music on Spotify. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.